For the longest time, I tried to convince myself that everything was fine. I told myself that it was normal, that I was overreacting. But I can't keep lying to myself anymore. The truth is, my husband's #1 priority is his mother. Only after her come our son and me. His ultimate goal in life? To make sure his mom is never upset. I should have seen it coming before we got married. My husband had already proposed, and we started visiting each other's families. Both sets of parents lived far enough away that visiting them was a planned trip, not just a quick evening stop. His mother didn't seem particularly excited to meet me. At least, that's how it felt. My parents, on the other hand, went all out, cooked a feast, brought out their best homemade wine, and even bought fresh meat to spoil their future son-in-law. His mom, not so much. She served potatoes, pickles, and fried chicken hearts. When I saw the humble spread, I pulled my fiancé aside and suggested we go to the store. I assumed she simply couldn't afford more, so we bought deli meats, cheese, fruits, chocolates, and a cake. But when we returned, she put everything away in the fridge and left the table exactly as it was. I have a strong aversion to organ meats. They make me sick, but I didn't say anything, just quietly avoided them on my plate. "Try a couple of pieces or Mom will be upset," my fiancé whispered. I explained that I couldn't eat that kind of food, but he pressed again his mother couldn't be disappointed, so I forced myself to eat a piece, making sure she saw it. Then came the wedding planning. We had to schedule it around his mother's birthday because she insisted that her celebration should come first. And once again I heard, "Let's not upset Mom." The first time I truly put my foot down was when she insisted that our son be named Boris after her father. I hated the name and had no positive associations with it. My husband and I had originally agreed on Alex. But when his mom spoke up, suddenly he was on board with Boris. "I'm his father. My opinion matters too," he fumed when I refused. "It does," I said, "but not more than mine." In the end, we named him Alex. His mother was so offended that she refused to acknowledge me for 6 months. No birthday wishes, no messages for holidays. And right after I was discharged from the hospital, still exhausted from 15 hours of labor, my husband left for the weekend to visit her. "She's upset. I need to be there for her," he said. Apparently, supporting me wasn't as important. Instead of taking a beach trip, we visited his mom. Instead of inviting my aunt to my birthday, I had to leave her off the guest list because his mother didn't like her. Holidays? Always at his mom's house. When our son and I were hospitalized, my husband was on vacation. But instead of being by our side, he went to his mom's house because she had been expecting him. He didn't want to upset her. I look at our marriage now and wonder how it even happened. How did his mother allow him to move so far from her without dying of grief? More importantly, why am I still with a man who prioritizes his mother over his wife and child? It's great that he's a loving son. Family is important. But the problem is, he puts her above everyone else, above his own family. He has no issue disappointing me or our son, breaking promises or ignoring our needs. But disappointing his mom? That's absolutely forbidden. I can't help but feel like my son and I are just obstacles standing in the way of their perfect relationship. Maybe it's time to step aside and let them be together. After all, his priorities are crystal clear.